Hey everybody, it's Tom Barnes for the Chicago scene, the Jefferson Park neighborhood off of Manila in Milwaukee. I'm here at Little Rippers and I wanted to show you this really quick before I get started. Little Rippers, a private indoor skate park and school teaching your kids all things skateboarding coming up here on the Chicago scene. I'm talking to Enrico, who is the owner and operator of this whole thing right now for the Chicago scene. So let's go find Enrico real quick. And this is the man responsible. This is Enrico. How you doing, sir?
Doing very well, thanks.
So you gotta tell me, we were talking off camera just a second ago about how this started, and you basically started this because you were just like every other parent in Chicago, forced to work from home, trying to do stuff with your kids, after school, after e-learning, where you're walking in a park, and you skateboard yourself, and you were just hanging out doing stuff with your kids at first, right?
Absolutely. That's basically how it all started. The pandemic's kind of forced me to transition to be a stay-at-home dad, and between breaks of e-learning, we'd go out and cruise, and then that turned into going to the skate parks as we headed into the summer break. And that's when a parent seen me at one of the city skate parks and then asked if I was an instructor, and we exchanged Instagram handles, and she's followed up with me for the next 5 weeks, and eventually I caved and contacted her back and said that let's give your son a lesson, and she took a video of it and posted it on a parents' Facebook group. And many other parents started reaching out, and by the end of the summer, I've taught maybe about 20-25 kids, and the same parents started to ask me what's going to happen during the winter, and so I'm in the commercial real estate space, and this is one of my listings that I'm selling on behalf of an owner, and they took a look at my proposal and they accepted, and then we signed a lease. And then that's kind of how we got to where we are now.
So a persistent parent that saw you at a skate park was just like, here we go, can you please teach my kid, because they want to learn. They see that you're learning. How long have you been skateboarding? How's that, where'd you start?
Sure. I started skateboarding probably around 16 years old, middle high school. And I grew up in Roscoe Village. I went to school at Lane Tech, and that's kind of where I met some of my best friends through skateboarding. So it's been about maybe 20 years plus.
And then you taught that love to your kid, and that's kind of how this whole thing started, by other parents seeing you teaching. Was it your son that just some basic maneuvers at a skate park?
Absolutely. Well, I did my best to try to get him started really, really young. He was 1 year old. I got him his first skateboard, and at 2, I was just bringing him with me to the skate parks. He's 6 years old now, but at 4, I actually got him his own private skateboarding lessons with a local ex-pro, Stevie Dredd. And I kind of took a lot of good tips from him and how he taught my son, and I later realized that your kids don't want to listen to their own parents. Yep, and they were taking that. My son was taking the direction from Stevie really, really well, and then that kind of just catapulted me into figuring out how to really get through to my son in the ways that he could learn. And that's definitely taught me how it is today when I'm teaching the kids. Is my son he was my worst critic, and everybody else seems a little easier to teach.
Yeah, I think every parent that's a coach of their kids has that problem, for sure.
The space itself, it's about 6,000 square feet of building square footage. And, it was an old auto parts store, and it was empty like this. And I had some family friends that were able to come in and kind of do some artwork on the walls as we were building each ramp one at a time. And I think we're still going to continue to build a little bit more.
So for people who are interested in this, what are the class schedules like, and is that stuff they just do all online? Where do people go for that?
If someone's interested in booking lessons, currently we've had to shut down our booking system, our previous booking system, because of the flood of inquiries.
That's a good problem, right?
That's a good problem. And we have been researching and trying to transition into a new booking platform, which Then I'll announce to many of the parents that reached out beforehand, and then I would go into just general public like social media and kind of just share that link.
And for people who are like their kids they just got a skateboard for Christmas, they haven't even used it yet, you have classes for those types of kids who are just fresh out of the box, so to speak, of learning how to skateboard, right?
Absolutely. It's usually the same thing. There's nerves, there's excitement, and they just don't know how to transition that into moving your skateboard. And we're here to help. I mean, we want them to come in here nervous, or we want them to come in here really excited and aggressive, but we want to be able to kind of guide them in a safe way to kind of just get used to being as comfortable as you can on your skateboard. We're not really here to teach any sort of advanced tricks. We're more aimed and geared towards beginners right out of the box.
So beginners out of the box, and you offer classes in the evenings, right?
We do offer evening classes throughout the week. Monday through Thursday are my shorter days from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. And then Friday, Saturday, and Sundays we open from 9:30, 10:30, and 12 p.m. and then all up and through till about 7 p.m.
That's wonderful. So for beginners to learn how to skateboard so they can get out to the parks in the summertime, and enjoy this sport, which is, a lot of people think, oh, this is just a California thing, or if it's a Florida thing because of the warm weather, but there's a lot of skate parks in Chicago, and a lot of them are pretty great, right?
Absolutely. I mean, Chicago has actually lacked infrastructure when it comes to skateboarding. They have done better. I mean, when I was growing up skating in the late 90s, there weren't any skate parks, and it would just be churches and schools.
Yeah, or that like dirt park behind Lane Tech, right, by the river there.
Yeah, that's more like
that's more for bikes, but yeah.
Bikes, right. But we had no concept of skateboarding then, or there was just a specific group that was doing it back then. I believe I'm the only indoor skate facility specifically geared towards lessons in the city. I mean, the closest one is like an hour away.
So you're kind of a pioneer in this aspect. I mean, you're opening up a indoor skate school, Little Rippers right here on the northwest side. And it seems to me that you have a huge interest if your booking system needs to be fixed. So all good problems to have, right?
Yeah, I'm hoping I get to start really just relaxing and enjoying it all. But for now, it's been hair pulling, and I'm doing my best to try to keep up with the demand, with the interest. And it's a growing activity. I mean, it's in the Olympics now, and even more so with young female skaters. I think more than 50% of my students are younger girls.
This is awesome. Enrico, thank you very much for taking the time to show me. I appreciate it. Where can people find more information? Is it just a Facebook page, or is you got Instagram and Facebook and all that thing?
I do have a Facebook page, Little Ripper Skateboarding, as well as an Instagram handle, Little Ripper Skateboarding. There you can find out the latest, including our new booking system that we hope to come out pretty soon.
All right, well, much luck to you, and we'll hopefully see you out at the skate park come summertime, right?
Absolutely, thank you, you will.
All right, Little Rippers here on the north side of Chicago in Jefferson Park, Manila, and Milwaukee Avenue. It's a private indoor skate park / school. You can go check them out on their Facebook page, TBARNAS at WGNTV.com, TBarnes at WGNTV.com. If you have a suggestion for the Chicago scene. Until then, I'll see you later. Enjoy.